This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So, I mean, is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, it's visible.
Right. Okay. We are going to discuss the parts of related UI designing, and let me just list out the things what we are going to do. Sorry, what we are going to discuss in this duration of sessions. So, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, and AngularJS. Okay, we'll explain clearly of each and every concept in each and every technology right from HTML onwards. So, what is a HTML? A simple statement. It is used to display the content of website in different formats. What is that different format? That is, you are going to display the content of the website in different format. What is that format? A format of a text or as a format of an image. A format can be a audio file. A format can be a field. A field means a form designing. A format can be an audio file, anything. Like you might have already written a paragraphs, table drawings, or else anything in Word document where, and in that Word document you will be selecting the headings, paragraphs, coloring, everything. Of course, color won't work in HTML language. We need to work with the CSS language that we'll discuss later. Not only color, that stylishing part. So what the things that we can work out with the HTML is just going to discuss here. The statement is just you can find out over internet n number of definitions. Okay, but for your understanding, I am just giving a simple statement where we can display the content of the website in different formats, and these formats can be of a paragraphs, headings, images, audio files, or video files, or else a form designing, etc. So, to work out with the concept of these, you need to start with the structure of a particular HTML. What is the structure? Every language will have some set of rules and as well constraints to follow, and based on those things, we can get some outputs. So, here also we need to follow a set of rules. First, the HTML deals with the concept of element, and attribute, or else we can say elements and attributes. What is an element? An element is used to display the format. For example, if you want to display a paragraph, then you need to write the element name as a P. It's a shortcut for the paragraph. And what is the syntax of that element? Less than symbol, element name, greater than symbol. It is treated as an opening element, and you can write some content, and closing will with the forward slash with the same less than symbol, forward slash, element name, greater than symbol. It is the syntax of element. Then what is the syntax of attribute? An attribute is not an independent, or else it is not a standalone. It is dependent on element. So how can we write within the opening element itself? We need to write the attribute name, and that equals to Either you can use single quotes or else double quotes, its value. This is the syntax how we can write, and the element syntax and as well the attribute syntax and the structure of the HTML. Now we'll start. So you can use any editor like a Notepad++ or Visual Studio Code, Sublime, Atom, Eclipse, anything which is an open source. All these are open source only. What is an open source? Which is used to free download and we can work out with that. Let me. So I'm creating, sorry, creating a new file. Let me start with something. And the extension of this, observe here, we need to write the extension of a particular HTML file is .html. Then it is saved. Now, as just now we have discussed, to start off structure. What is a structure? The element in name HTML, we need to start, it is treated as an opening element and the closing element of HTML is /. In between that, you need to write the two parts. What are those two parts? Head part and as well body part. What is the usage of head part and what is the usage of body part? The usage of head part is used to work with the resources and documentation of the website. I will let you know what is the resources, what is the documentation, and what is a part of body. It is used to write the content which has to display in the browser. Okay, so so far we just created a basic structure of a HTML and with the particular file name and its extension .html. You can either directly work, if you are using a Notepad++, you can launch in any of your browser from editor itself. You are getting a blank space that is white without any data. And if you go through any website, for example Google, you will be seeing something named here in the top, that is a called title of that website. So to set the title in our example, or in our, let us assume this is a website we are starting from the beginning onwards. Okay, and to set the title of that my website or our website, we need to use the title attribute. Okay, let me write here the name of that title. I want to create a website for IT soft skills, and the closing element of title. For each and every opening, there should be something closing correspondingly. Okay. Additionally to these, we have to include the further languages which we are going to use. That is either CSS or else the JavaScript, jQuery, whatever we are going to discuss, that will be included. That is called resources. And additionally, presently we are not entering into that part, so I'm just skipping that point. Once we enter further examples, we'll discuss what is that. Okay, so the next meta, that is I told you documentation. It title is also one of the documentation part only. That is, you are telling for what purpose you are creating this file and what is the title of your web page or a website. For each and every web page, what is a web page? A page can consist of its own content, like home separately, homepage separately, contact us separately, uh, services page separately, portfolio separately, like this. You might have gone through a number of websites. So if you open a website, it will be having some navigation, where you can navigate from one page to another page by clicking a particular navigation. That is, group of pages is considered as a website or web pages, and separately it is treated as a web page. So for each and every web page, you can write your own title, or else you can club, or else you can write the same title for n number of pages also. Then, additional to this part, what is this? Observe. So far from the beginning, it is an element opening, closing we have written. And now the syntax which just now we have discussed, element name space attribute name. Name is one of the attribute. Here, whatever I am writing is built-in part only. Built-in means which is someone already created for us and we are just using to solve our requirement, to get a solution for our requirement. Okay, getting my points? If you are having any doubts in either in middle also, you can interrupt me. We can discuss the doubts a number of times. Okay, so I am writing here element name, meta, and attribute name. The name itself an attribute. Mm, 1 second. Okay. Mm, right. Name equals to, here I can write description. That means I want to just give a basic information, overall the web page what it is doing. So here I can write that content, and here I am writing that statement IT soft skills provides the training, something matter I'm writing, just assume. Okay, trainings of UI design or whatever it might be. Where you will get this description, and when you will get this description, when anyone who types, for example, let us assume it is called a keyword, and when you type something you are getting some list of items here. These are all treated as a keywords, and the total overall, now what I'm saying is a concept of search engine optimization. Of course we are not going to enter into a concepts of search engine optimization, but what the concept related to HTML, how that search engine is working, we are going to discuss. When I type something keyword, if you observe clearly, there is something heading, some website, some description under below each and every website. That description is coming from the meta element which you have written here. That is the concept of description. Additionally, now another thing, meta name equals to keywords, and content equals to, you can write IT comma, that is first key, one of the keyword, it is one of the keyword, it is one of the keyword. Like this you can create n number of keywords. Of course it's not our part, we just write these two statements with empty, with with no information. The search engine people will write whatever they want. We just write these elements as it is a part of HTML. We will write, that's it, our work. Okay, and these are the keywords just now I told you now. What you are typing at a search box, not only in Google, either it may be a Yahoo search or Bing search, whatever it might be, the three search engines, whatever you are typing here will be treated as a keyword. Okay, then now come to the body part. Of course we can write a number of things here. I will let you know based on the situation. Instead of discussing continuously, irrespective of the concept, I will come to this part once again when the situation comes. Now, so my intention or else the client have asked us to display something matter in the website. You can just, for example, if you want to get a sample content, if you don't have with you, then you can type lorem ipsum at Google, and this is a website which is just giving a sample content, and you can copy and paste into your website or application. But when it is going into live means deploying, that is after completion of your website, you have to deploy your website. Before deploying that uh, website into live, remove the content whatever you have used here if there is any dummy content. So as of now we are not going to deploy, and that's the reason I am just copying and pasting here. And client asked me to display in two paragraphs, so I have divided here, and now let us see here. It is displaying, but if you observe, as a single paragraph it is displaying, not a two paragraphs. So that is the concept here. That means to work out a particular format to get a particular output using HTML, you need to use a relevant element. The relevant element to display as a paragraph is P. P stands for paragraph and closing paragraph. Whereas this one, again opening of paragraph and closing of paragraph. Now observe Control F, you can just type, sorry, you can press, and now you are getting two different paragraphs right now. That is the usage of each and every element. Further, whatever we are going to discuss. Okay, finally, client have asked us to display two paragraphs. We have displayed, and now expecting to display something heading, because in while writing a notes or else while writing a documentation also, we will be writing a note. Sorry, we will be writing a heading. Now, so to display the heading, we have 6 different types of headings in HTML. What are those 6 different types? Which starts from H1. And let me write here what is lorem ipsum. Now, what you will get an output here? You will be getting in a biggest or bigger font size, as it treats or seems something a heading for these two paragraphs. In the same way, let me write H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. That is, I will update now. H2, H3. So guess what will be the output of H6? It will be too bigger or too smaller. Guess anyone. H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. Srinivas, any idea? This is 6 types where H1 is getting too much big, whereas H6 is the least font, that is small font, reducing the size from H1 to H6. Okay, depends upon your requirement, what kind of heading you want to use. You can use that particular element, either H2, H3, H4, H5, or H6 or H1. Okay, as of now, I don't want to display all the 6 types. I just want to display only H1. Then what about the rest of the H headings? Obviously, we'll get an idea to delete. right now. Okay, deleted. Then after some time or else after some days, client have asked us to recode that statements, recode that headings. Then as we have already deleted, again we need to write by typing the each and every element now. Okay, as of now, it is a very simple concept, writing just a H2, H3, H4, we can write. But let us assume if there is too much of concept that we need to recode once again, it is something a time-taking process now. To overcome that kind of problem, we can use a commenting system in HTML. It's not a system, commenting. Commenting means ignoring the particular part which you can display whatever you want, or you can hide whatever the content you want, but the coding will remain still at the editor. How to write that comment? Less than symbol, exclamation, two hyphens which starts a commenting, and to which extent you want to make it a end of that comment, two hyphens, greater than symbol. So the coding is there, but the output is not displaying, right? So this is how you can work out with the headings and paragraphs. Okay, now I want to draw a line between the heading and as well the content. So what I can do to draw a line, I just writing HR, horizontal line. It previous version of a HTML, we have to write like this, opening and closing like this. But in between that, you are not going to write anything, even though if you have written no usage at all. That's the reason what they have done means, instead of writing two times within that element itself, they have merged that forward slash at the ending. So it is also opening and closing within itself. And now you can see the horizontal line between that heading and as well the paragraphs. Okay, now come to the point. We have two paragraphs. Okay, successfully we have written. But if I am a user, you have designed this website some to your client. I came to your website, and while reading the concept, lorem ipsum is simply dummy text. Will I read the total number of paragraphs if it is like this in a plain text? I don't show interest. Even you don't show interest to read n number of lines right now. So to make it something a focusing on particular part, that means which or else whatever the wordings you want to highlight, you can highlight with the different formatting elements. That is, now we are going to discuss the concept of highlighting the data, highlighting the content. We have different types of different formats of highlighting, where I can write separately once again here. Plain text, that means nothing else, as it is whatever we have written it will show. Then I want to make it something bold, where in the word document we will be having bold italic buttons now. Here it is previous version, it is treated as a bold. Now we are going to give it as a, so we are going to give a call with the name strong. So let me write how it will be. By writing just the text, strong text, will it show in a different manner? No, it won't show. We need to apply that particular element. Strong opening and closing. Now observe, that is the difference. Something bold effect. In the same way, we can also have what we can write. Italic underline, and exponential things, all these things. So let me write now italic. I can write here. It's not a italic full word. You can just write I. And let me write here underline. Now let us see these two examples: italic, cross, slanting, and underline. Getting something text underline. Okay. Then, if you want to write some equations, or as equations means something x square, or as H2O scientific equations, something like this, which not only two. So if something has to be in upper or as down, then how you can write? So write like this. Let me write E equals to MC. What it will display? E equals to MC2, it will display. Now I want this two to be in the upper place. So right here, to make it something, a particular text, not only two, whatever you want, then you need to write SUP. SUP stands for superscript. Now observe, right? In the same way, let me write here mm, mm, 2018, and this ST I want to bring to upper. Okay, now right, in the same way, how you can bring that particular content down? And here let me write H2O. So to bring down, you need to write the element SUB, which is called subscript. Superscript SUP, subscript, that is SUB. Now if you see here, it is coming down, right? So this is, we have some formats, and you can work out not only separately in the paragraphs, in the content also, wherever it is required, you can apply that formats. Okay. And in tomorrow's session, we will discuss how to how to display the list of items and tables concept, later form designing, like this continuously. Okay. So is it clear today's concepts what we have discussed? Hello.
Yes, clear.
Right. Okay, the rest of the things we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, tell me please.
Okay, I think in the first slide where you noted down the main topics, I think we missed Ajax there. Ajax is also in the content, I think.
Yes, Ajax is already included in the jQuery and as well Angular both.
Okay, okay.
Hmm,
Okay, fine.
right. Okay, then thank you and bye.
Tomorrow also same time?
7:30 p.m. IST.
Okay.
Okay, right. The sessions will be same, continued with the same time only, 7:30 p.m. IST to 8:30 p.m. IST. Okay,
Okay.
right then. Is there anything else?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you and bye.
Bye, good night.
Yes. Good night for to you.
Yeah, now the class is over. Can I disconnect now? Yes. The class is over. Can I disconnect now from the go to meeting?